Hi, I just wanted to make a quick video. I wanted to share some of a post this morning that my cousin was trying to tag Daniel and me in. We have a setting on our Facebook page, and we have it that way for a reason that allows us to review anything that's getting ready to go on our page before someone can just tag us in it and have it up there. And the reason we did this is because we're Black Trump supporters, and we have a lot of family members that we are still friends with, a lot of friends and stuff. Some of my friends from high school, some folks found me on Facebook that I was in junior high with, same thing with Daniel. And so we get folks that come on there and try to say, awful things because they're upset with us because we're Black Trump supporters. So anyway, my cousin did this post and tried to tag us in it. I really kind of thought it was funny, but it wasn't. And I decided to use this as like a teaching experience in a sense. I wanted other people to see, number one, some of the things that we go through and know that we do go through them. We are persecuted, not only for our Christian beliefs, but because we are President Trump supporters and always have been since day one, out of the gate. I, like my husband has shared many times, I have been a conservative now my whole political life, my whole voting life. I've been voting conservatively. And not just because I'm from Louisiana, because a lot of the folks that we deal with that are some of the meanest actually in the Black community are those that I know from the South, from Louisiana. And at any rate, I just wanted to share this morning. I wake up to this little thing that he had posted with Daffy Duck or whatever. He's dancing and clapping. And I'm going to share it after this or whatever. I'm going to just put it on here. And one of the main things that I gathered from it is that I look at a lot of my family members' Facebook pages, and I know, we were raised, my uncles, my dad, they all like to hunt and fish and do things like that. They loved their guns when I was growing up. I remember my dad having a gun in his light blue pickup truck when I was growing up, gun in our house. My grandmother carried a gun when she got ready to go out of town to go and visit her children in other states. We actually kept her guns. My mother kept them. So these folks don't want nobody taking their guns. Some of the posts that he put on there deal with programming and deal with not liking huge government, big government. These are actually on his page, the same exact cousin that sent this and tried to tag this on our post, and not into the whole homosexual thing, don't. So in other words, our views are a lot more alike than they are different. And I think that they just don't realize that. A lot of my family members have been bamboozled, hoodwinked. Okay, I like to use that terminology because that's exactly what it was. I'm not a staunch proponent of Malcolm X, although a lot of the things that he said were true. He was very honest about the Democratic Party, and he was right about what he was saying. A lot of people have their history completely confused as to who the Democratic Party was. They have the whole thing about Barack Obama being the first Black president confused as well. Barack Obama's main thing was not helping the Black community. It was lining his own pockets, keeping those that were poor, and taking down our middle class to where we don't have or didn't have. Now we do again. Thank you, President Trump. And my family members can thank him for that too, this wonderful economy. Anyway, that was his main thing. And his touchy-feely, whatever, his pet projects were for homosexuals, not for the Black community. He could care less about the Black community, and I personally believe that he had some intimate reasons for wanting to push. I'm not going to go there because people say, oh, whatever, she's a conspiracy theorist or whatever, but I think he has some intimate reasons for why he supported the gay community so strongly versus the Black community. And in my opinion, President Trump has done a lot more for the Black community than Barack Obama could have ever dreamed of doing. He didn't even care about doing it. He didn't want to do it. So anyway, like I said, to me it's funny. So I don't want people saying, oh, poor Courtney, poor Daniel, look at what they're going through. A lot of our Black friends that are also Trump supporters more than likely go through the same things as well, the harassment as well. We have been called everything from racist against our own people to Uncle Tom's to this little Daffy Duck thing now clapping and tap dancing and stuff. And so this is the post. I'm not trying to put my cousin on blast, so I'm not putting his name and everything, his profile up there. But there you can see that's timeline review. And you can see at the bottom here, Courtney Daniel. It's our Facebook page, but it says here, this is how Black people look defending Donald Trump. And it's got the two black hands throwing the bird. It's got Daffy Duck, who's a black bird, dancing high, and the white hands clapping, breaking news, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I just wanted to share, this is what we get, and I'm sure a lot of other Black Trump supporters. He tagged us in it so that it would go straight to our wall. Really, the purpose probably was to try to insult us, try to offend us, and everything else, But I love my cousin. We've had a number of family members, that since 2016, I'm going to restart this, 2016 have unfriended us, said just, horrible, awful things to us, Let me see. It says, send this to friends or post it on your timeline. No. So anyway, just wanted to share, this is what we get. This is the kind of stuff, and like I said before, it actually was kind of funny to me when he posted it. This is a cousin that actually, when I go on his Facebook page and the post that he posts, most of his views, he's not for all that homosexual stuff. Most of his views line up with ours. As a matter of fact, he posted one thing that had a lot of rats, like getting into a train, was one of his posts. I'm going to go to some of his posts. Again, I don't want to put his page on blast, but I'm going to go on his page and go on some of his posts and put it here in the video I'm making too. Okay, so I want to say, this is not the kind of stuff you'll see on Daniel's on my page. But the point in me showing this is that my cousin obviously sees that Kavanaugh is being railroaded and posting this. If I touched your booty between 3rd and 8th grade, I apologize. I need my job. These allegations getting out of hand. So that kind of shows, he's really seeing the injustice to Judge Kavanaugh. Okay, you guys, so I'm not slow or anything. If I'm going to be reading this kind of funny, it's because I'm trying to read through a small frame on my phone as I'm recording a computer screen, because I really want to protect my cousin's identity. But he's got on here, if you see, this post, bye, and then he's got this thing, if we aren't being taught how to grow our own food, how to take care of ourselves and our families, our own families, and how to live without the need for huge governments, banks, and corporations. I'm trying to keep his information. As our ancestors once did, then we aren't being educated. We're being indoctrinated to be dependent and subservient to the system. So like I said, I'm not slow or anything. I usually read a lot better than that, but I'm trying to keep this frame just right so that it's not showing his information, because he is my cousin and I love my family, all my family. If they unfriend me or not, this happens to be a family member that has not unfriended me. But this, this post that he did is totally Republican. And I really just want my family's eyes to be open. I really want them to realize that they've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, by the Democratic Party and the party of the KKK. They're really supposed to be in the party of Lincoln, especially with all the views that they share. I'm going to stop this here, and then I'm going to go back to myself a little bit. So at any rate, looking at the videos that I just shared, or the little clip snippets from his Facebook page, and he's got a lot of other stuff on there, but those things in particular tell me the state of mind he has. And then just knowing my family and talking to my family and knowing how we were all raised and the fabric that we're cut from, they're really more Republican that's been fooled into voting for Democrats, and some of them I don't even think vote at all anyway, so I don't care. If you don't vote, then I prefer you didn't anyway. If you're going to go and vote just because you feel like you've been hoodwinked and you feel like this is the color of your skin, so you have to vote that way because it affects my children. And eventually, one day, I hope to have some grandchildren. If my sons, I got 3 grown sons now, all through with school, if they decide to start getting married and having children of their own, and then my younger ones one day. So it all affects my children, my family. So if you don't vote, stay home. I don't even care. Anyway, God bless y'all. And I hope that this video helped someone. And thank you guys for your support.